Hi, this is Justice with Tablet Pro. I wanted to answer a question I got by email today from a guy named Kent. He asked about profiles and presets and best use for Tablet Pro, how they work together, and what they are. So I wanted to do this for everybody because I think it really is a question that a lot of people have. There's an option to load a preset in a number of different places inside of Tablet Pro, and all of these actually do exactly the same thing. There is no difference between loading it in one place over the other. All of them load the exact same files, the exact same ways. There's no benefit, there's no difference. We just wanted it to be convenient to access that from whatever place in the program you're at. Now, those, the presets, they encompass the entire use of Tablet Pro's overlays. So be that the sidebar, the artist pad, the full screen, the float mode, all of that, everything that you edit in the layout editor, which is the store app, everything that you edit there creates one preset file. In that preset file, again, that'll be your artist pad, small, medium, large, your full screen mode, all of those, the same one. I guess it could be explained like an outfit. So you might have a hat and a shirt and pants and shoes and a belt, and all of those make up one outfit. That's the same thing here. All of that is in the preset. Now, the profile, the universal settings file right here, which I usually refer to as the profile because it's shorter and easier to say, that file encompasses all the settings in the settings of Tablet Pro. So everything here, not in the layout editor, but in the settings here, is in the profile. And that includes gestures, as well as settings for gamepad, artist pad, all of these different toggles and switches, all of those are kept in the profile. Now there is a way to switch quickly back and forth between both the presets and the profiles. The profile switching, which is, again, that's the settings of the desktop app, that is kind of a little known secret. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do that. So let's say we want this key right here to switch the profile. I'm going to choose layout, and we're going to select this button here. We're going to browse, and instead of layout, we're going to choose settings. Now, if you have a settings program or a settings file here, you can choose that, click open, and now that will display right here. And when you do rotate right with 5 fingers, it's going to switch the entire profile. Again, that's not the artist pad, that's not the layout, that's not the layout editor content. That is the settings here, the gestures, and those settings. It's confusing, even to me. All right, for the presets, the quickest way to switch presets, and what I do most of the time, if I have one open, I'll tap on the hamburger menu, choose layout, and then I can switch here very quickly to another preset. That's the fastest 2 ways to do that. And now there was another question regarding making 2 different profiles, one for navigation and one for hotkeys. And I wanted to address that because I'm working on something, and I'd like to say secretly working on it because that sounds exciting, but it's not a secret because I'm sharing it right now. All right, so what is that? I'm using a mod. That file, I have this called control sleep, but that really doesn't mean anything specific for anyone watching this. What that actually means is, well, let's see, I'll open up Photoshop here. It's easier to explain. I have in the settings file, I have changed these from where they were before It was before set to one of two profiles. It was the Ultra profile or the Advanced Hotkey. And the Advanced Hotkey was basically single keys. It had the entire alphabet and really not much else. And I felt like I really wanted both profiles built into one because there was a lot of navigation I wanted to do, but I also wanted the ability to use all of my hotkeys quickly. So here's what I'm attempting to do. So I have right click, 3-finger tap I have Control, 4-finger tap I have Enter, which really has nothing to do with this part, and 5-finger tap I have Alt. I will probably change this a little bit. Alright, so what does that mean? Okay, you can see the colors are switching over here. And this is the X gesture. So I'm switching that. Here's B, so I'm switching to brush. Okay, now this is, we're working on another mode that I've started calling studio mode, which allows me to move the mouse cursor as well as let's get rid of that, use the pen with pressure. Now I don't recommend this for a lot of detailed and strenuous pen work because it doesn't track every single stroke. It misses some. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get some help from Microsoft, because I believe that there's some information in their trackpad API, the on-screen trackpad API, that will help us. Anyway, if anyone has connections with any Microsoft employees that can get us in touch with the Windows Inc. team, I would forever be grateful. Alright, so to the point. If I want to, let's see, okay, we'll do Control Z. Control Z. So what I did is I tapped Control, and then I did the Z function, and it overlapped the Control, so it did a 1 second, actually I changed the timing on this, but basically a 1 second hold and then release of the Control key, so it allows you to chain events. For a lot of different things. I've been playing a lot of StarCraft 2, and I can play it with one hand for the most part, and I can do control groups. This is a whole lot of technical, boring information, but I think the point will get across. You can daisy chain events. So that means, and we're working on this in a update coming shortly, where you can tap Control and then tap one of these, and I have this preset is, I think, like F4 or F5 or 6. So if I hit Control and preset, it's going to actually do something different than just hitting preset. Now, what that actually does is it runs a shortcut, and then you can see now I have this different hotkey set up here because of this ability. So you can see how it really makes it more powerful having the ability to daisy chain. I think that might be the right term. Events or triggers or key presses. Alright, did I cover everything? I think so. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. This should allow us to combine a couple different, the two profiles together. So the navigation one and the hotkey one we can put into a single profile that works for 90% of what we're doing. I also have some information coming about the pen, the Surface Pro 4 pen button remapping for Zbrush, and I will need some help for those of you, from those of you who are interested in that feature. Alright, until next time, stay creative.